Hello, welcome back to Learn Oikonomia. In this video, we are going to look at certain valuation methods, especially in the arena of environmental economics. To shorten, you can see that they are having two different methods or two different approaches with respect to economic valuation. First is the direct method, and secondly, we have indirect methods. In the case of direct method, here the value a person give to a particular environmental asset, or the value that a person is willing to pay with regard to certain environmental resource is assessed by using some survey instrument. With respect to indirect method, here the value of certain environmental assets or services would be determined by using a different technique or several different techniques. We'll be looking at both direct methods as well as indirect methods in this video. Coming to indirect valuation techniques, we can see that there have been different methods which would be coming under the indirect valuation techniques. To start with, the travel cost method. This method is considered to be one of the important indirect valuation techniques, which was designed to model the recreation behavior. Okay. And this method calculates a value based on the fact that the price paid to travel to a particular site is the ultimate value of that particular site. I mean, the price that a person who is willing to travel to a particular site is willing to pay is the ultimate value of that site. The price that is willing to pay is the ultimate value. Okay, and it should be considered that no fees might be imposed on the use of the resource and the cost associated with traveling to the resource. Here we are referring to a particular site. This would become the variables to be used to determine the value of that resource, I mean the site. Okay. The weakness of this particular method is that it only deals with a single destination trips and assumes that travel is actually a means. Okay, and under this method there have been three different methods. First of all, the varying parameter, then hedonic travel cost method, and the random utility model. These variants or these differences with respect to the travel cost method could be used to analyze the effect of quality of a particular site or the characteristics of a particular site rather than the gross value of that site. Okay, and they work with significantly more sophisticated econometric models than the basic travel cost method. The origin of travel cost method could be attributed to an economist named Harold Hotley. And coming to the second aspect, that is the hedonic price models, and this is based on a hypothesis that goods are aggregations of characteristics and demand for these goods is interrelated to these characteristics. The characteristics are considered to be two arguments of utility functions, and any transaction is to a group of characteristics. There's a demand for certain characteristics would be embedded in prices and consumption levels of the market goods. So we know that the demand price relationship, there is an inverse relation. So demand of a particular product is reflected in its prices, and this is reflected in the consumption of that particular good. Now, a good example would be to consider that the price of a house. Just consider the case of a house which is in the city. If you are looking into the price of that particular house, we have to take several things into consideration. For example, we have to understand the market for that particular house with respect to the design of that house, the number of rooms of the house, the size of that house, etc. And also we have to take into consideration the neighborhood aspects like the air pollution, the quality of air in that particular area, the quality of noise, whether the area is polluted with respect to noise and all. So overall, hedonic price models is considered to be a means to quantify the contributions of the market and non-market aspects of a particular good. And we are actually looking into the equilibrium market price through sound statistical analysis when you are going for hedonic pricing models. The household production function model involves situations where individuals purchase private inputs at market prices and combine them with their time and natural resources and environmental attributes to produce outdoor recreational experiences. This model has got two different stages. In the first stage, the household would reduce the cost of producing a given level of experience, and the second stage, the recreationist maximizes his or her utility subject to his or her budget constraint in order to determine the level of recreation experience to consume. The household production theory was developed by Becker. Coming to the direct valuation techniques, having already discussed the indirect valuation techniques, now we have to look into the direct valuation techniques. Here, one of the important techniques is contingent valuation technique. It's a direct way of capturing consumer surplus by means of eliciting the willingness to pay value of preservation of a particular environmental resource, or we would be referring to the opportunity in a stimulator market. This method comprises a number of techniques to elicit valuation responses, including bidding game, paying card, open-ended questions, or closed-ended questions, or a combination of both. Okay. Another value that could be elicited through contingent valuation is willingness to accept value. A willingness to accept value, it provides an estimate of an amount of money that an individual would like to be compensated for to forego a particular opportunity. So in order to give away some particular opportunity, or in order to forego some opportunity, what is the amount that the individual should be given, or how much amount should be given to the individual in order to make him forego an opportunity. This value is estimated based on the fact that the payment is equal to benefits that an individual would enjoy through salvaging that particular opportunity. In economic theory, the willingness to pay as well as the willingness to accept, these are similar, or both these values are similar. But in the case of reality, it could be demonstrated beyond doubt that willingness to accept values could be 4 times higher than willingness to pay. Experimental economics approach is another direct method of deriving unpriced values of environmental goods as well as services. High-profile experiments can be put in place to elicit individuals' valuation for environmental amenities. However, conducting such meaningful experiments is generally difficult as well as expensive. So that's all. I hope you could understand the difference between direct valuation techniques and indirect valuation techniques. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and I welcome you to my Telegram group as well as Telegram channel to discuss your doubts. There have been plenty of people now. They could make discussions, they could make their doubt, they could get their doubts clarified by being a member in the group as well as the channel. So I welcome you to both of these. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box. You can come here. So that's all. Thank you for watching.